We are united in our abhorrence of Putin's depraved onslaught, and we're going to continue to have their backs as they fight for their freedom, their democracy, their very survival. And we're going to give Ukraine the arms to fight and defend themselves through all the difficult days ahead.
Today, President Biden called Russian President Vladimir Putin a war criminal after signing off on an additional $800 million in military assistance to Ukraine. The president says the U.S. will be sending drones, anti-aircraft systems, anti-armor systems, and other equipment. Hundreds of millions of dollars in humanitarian assistance will also be heading to Ukraine. The U.S. assistance stops short of a no-fly zone or fighter jets, both of which Ukraine's president has repeatedly requested. Biden's announcement comes after Ukraine's president did something few have been able to do in recent years. We're talking about uniting Republicans and Democrats in Washington.
Volodymyr Zelensky giving a moving speech to members of Congress.
The President Biden, you are the leader of the nation. I wish you to be the leader of the world. Being the leader of the world means to be the leader of peace.
News 5's John Kosick spoke with local lawmakers about what actions they are willing to take next.
In a moving speech to a joint session of Congress, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky calling on lawmakers to remember Pearl Harbor, remember 9/11, then reminding them that the people of his country have been living their own 9/11 every day for 3 weeks now.
It was very moving. I think the plea that we heard from the president of Ukraine touched many of us.
Northeast Ohio Congresswoman Chantel Brown said she was touched by Zelensky's invoking of Dr. Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech, telling Congress, I have a need to protect our sky. Brown supports providing Ukraine the tools to do that, short of a no-fly zone.
It sounds like a passive thing to say a no-fly zone, but I think the people need to recognize that a no-fly zone means that when planes are in the air, we would have to shoot them down, and that would be an act of war.
Congressman Dave Joyce tweeting his praise and his continued support for Ukraine, reminding Republicans America first does not mean America only. Joyce telling me over the weekend he doesn't agree with the Biden administration in viewing the transfer of Soviet-era MiGs from Poland to Ukraine as escalatory any more than the weapons we've already provided.
If you want to give them Stinger missiles and other objects and then say we're not helping provoke or somehow we're not helping them, you know, the jets would help them too. Let them cover their own airspace. Let them defend their country just like we had to defend ours over the years.
Senator Rob Portman just returned from Poland where he met with Ukrainian refugees. He believes in providing Ukraine with everything they need for them to protect their own skies.
This does mean anti-aircraft weapons. This does mean planes. This does mean drones. This does mean everything we can possibly do to protect a country that is under siege.
And he said it needs to be done yesterday.
We need to be creative right now. This is a matter of hours and days, not a matter of weeks and months.
In Cleveland, John Kosick, News 5.